Welcome. Wherever you find yourself tonight, in whatever space you inhabit, you are invited into a place of quiet refuge. The day with its demands and its clamor is now past. The worries and the to-do lists can be gently set aside. They are like a heavy coat shrugged from your shoulders. This time is for you. It is a time to quiet your heart. It is a time to still your mind. You can rest in a peace that is not of your own making. Our journey this evening takes us to an ancient song. This psalm was born from the heart of a people. They knew the tremors of a shaking world. It is a song of confidence. This confidence is not in human strength. It is not in the stability of the earth beneath our feet. It is in a presence that is both a fortress and a gentle stream. It is a song that has echoed through ages of turmoil. It is a hymn that has steadied trembling hands. It has fortified weary souls. Tonight we will walk through the verses of Psalm 46. We will not hurry. We will linger. We will breathe in the truths it holds. We will allow them to settle deep within us. This is a story about finding an unshakable core. We find it when everything around us gives way. It is about a peace that flows in the most unexpected of places. It is an invitation to cease our striving. It is an invitation to simply be held. So let your body grow heavy. Let your breath find a slow and easy rhythm. Let the world outside this moment fade into the background. Here in the stillness there is a refuge waiting. Here in the quiet there is a strength to be found. Come. Let us enter the sanctuary of this sacred text. Let us find the rest your soul has been longing for. The psalm opens not with a plea. It opens with a declaration. It is a statement of profound certainty. It is a truth spoken into existence. It is spoken before the evidence of chaos is even presented. The psalmist begins with the conclusion. It is the foundational belief upon which everything else will stand. He says God is our refuge and strength. He is an ever-present help in trouble. Let those words wash over you. The word is refuge. It means a place of safety. It is a shelter from the storm. It evokes images of solid stone walls. It is a fortress high on a hill that cannot be breached. It is the feeling of being inside while the tempest rages outside. The storm's fury is muffled by the thickness of the walls. The psalmist asserts that God is not merely the builder of this refuge. He is the refuge itself. We do not run to a place He made. We run into Him. Our safety is not in a location. Our safety is in a relationship. It is an enveloping presence. It is a spiritual reality we can enter at any moment. We enter it simply by turning our attention toward Him. And He is also our strength. This is not a passive hiding place. It is an active infusion of power. Think of an ancient oak tree. Its roots run deep into the earth. It does not stand by its own effort. It draws its resilience from the soil. It draws strength from the water. It draws it from the very ground it is a part of. In the same way, our strength is not our own. It is drawn from Him. Our own reserves can be depleted. Our knees can buckle under the weight of our burdens. His strength then becomes our own. It is the power to endure. It is the fortitude to stand firm. It is the quiet resilience that surprises even ourselves. It is a strength that does not boast. It does not boast because it knows its source. The psalmist adds a crucial detail. He is an ever-present help in trouble. The original Hebrew speaks of a help that is very present. It is a help that is found to be exceedingly near. Human help can be well-intentioned. But it can also be delayed. It can be conditional. It can be thousands of miles away. God's help is different. It is immediate and unconditional. He is not a distant deity who must be summoned from afar. He is not a reluctant helper who arrives late. In the very moment trouble begins. In the instant the heart first registers fear. He is already there. His presence precedes our awareness of our need for Him. It is from this bedrock of truth that the psalmist makes a radical statement. It is a statement of faith. He says, "Therefore we will not fear." This is not a denial of the reality of fear. It is a decision not to be governed by it. It is a conscious choice to place one's trust in something greater. It is something more real and more permanent. It is greater than the circumstances that provoke our fear. It is looking the storm in the eye. It is declaring my foundation is elsewhere. The circumstances described are extreme. The imagery is one of ultimate cosmic collapse. The psalmist says, "Therefore we will not fear." We will not fear though the earth give way. We will not fear when the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. We will not fear though its waters roar and foam. The mountains themselves may quake with the surging water. This is the world coming undone. The ancient Israelites saw the sea as a symbol of chaos. It was a powerful and untamable force. It stood in opposition to the order of God's creation. For the mountains to be consumed by the raging sea was the ultimate nightmare. It speaks of a world where all structures have failed. All that was once dependable is now in turmoil. This is the language of personal worlds falling apart. It speaks of the end of a marriage. It speaks of the loss of a career. It speaks of a terrifying diagnosis. It is the feeling that the very landscape of your life is being violently rewritten without your consent. And yet in the face of this utter dissolution, the psalmist declares, "We will not fear." Why does he say this? Because their security was never in the stability of the earth. It was not in the permanence of the mountains. Their security was in a person. Their trust was placed not in the created world. It was placed in the Creator. It is the ultimate statement. Even if everything tangible is taken away, the one thing that matters will remain. From this vision of ultimate chaos, the psalmist pivots. He moves to an image of profound peace. From the tumultuous roaring waves of the chaotic sea, the psalm now shifts. It shifts to a different body of water. It is a river. This is a startling and beautiful contrast. The sea is external and loud. It is threatening and chaotic. The river is internal and quiet. It is life-giving and constant. The psalmist writes, "There is a river. Its streams make glad the city of God." This is the holy place where the Most High dwells. The city of God is Jerusalem. It was the place where the temple stood. But this river is more than a physical body of water. It is a spiritual reality. It represents the constant life-giving presence of God. This presence flows from His very being. It is the unending supply of grace and peace and joy. This supply nourishes the people of God. It nourishes not from without but from within. Even when the city is besieged, when enemies surround it, when the seas of chaos roar outside its walls, this inner river continues to flow. It continues bringing gladness. This is a profound truth. The source of our deepest joy is not dependent on external circumstances. It flows from a deeper well. It flows from the very presence of God within us. The reason for this city's stability is made explicit. God is in the midst of her. She will not be moved. God will help her at break of day. The security of God's people does not come from high walls. It does not come from mighty armies. It comes from the simple glorious fact of His presence. The word for in the midst suggests being at the very center. It means being at the core. God is not on the battlements as a distant commander. He is in the streets. He is in the homes. And because He is there at the very heart of it all, the city will not be moved. While the most permanent fixtures of the natural world can be shaken, the place where God dwells is secure. God will help her at break of day. This beautiful phrase speaks of hope in the darkness. The night of struggle may be long. The siege may feel endless. But deliverance is as certain as the sunrise. It is a promise that God's timing is perfect. He is never late. After the longest night, light will come. The psalm then pans out again. It moves from the quiet river in the city to the chaos of the world. Nations are in uproar. Kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice. The earth melts. The political landscape is as unstable as the natural one. The rage of empires. The clamor of armies. The arrogant decrees of kings. It all mirrors the roaring of the sea. But this fury is met with a power of a different order. God does not need to wage a long and difficult war. He simply speaks. The foundations of earthly power dissolve. It is a humbling reminder. The powers that seem so intimidating in our world are fleeting and fragile before God. From this the psalmist brings us to the great refrain. This chorus anchors the entire psalm. He says the Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. This is the heart of the matter. Let us linger on these two titles. The Lord of hosts is a title of immense power. It speaks of God as the commander of the armies of heaven. He is the one who marshals the stars. He commands legions of angels. It is the declaration that the one who is with us is the sovereign ruler of the cosmos. His power is absolute and unrivaled. But he is not only the powerful Lord of hosts. He is also the God of Jacob. This name makes the infinite God personal and accessible. Jacob was a flawed and struggling man. He was a deceiver and a schemer. He wrestled with God and walked away with a limp. To call upon the God of Jacob is to remember that our God is a God of grace. He enters into covenant relationship with imperfect people. He is not just the God of the strong and the righteous. He is the God of the striving and the struggling. He meets us in our weakness and our wrestling. This powerful and personal God is our refuge. Following this powerful declaration, we are invited to become witnesses. Come behold the works of the Lord. Behold the desolations he has brought on the earth. After declaring who God is, the psalmist now calls us to look at the evidence. In this context, the desolations are the aftermath of God's victory. It is the victory over the raging nations. It is the silenced battlefield. Imagine walking through it. You see the broken chariots of pride. You see the silenced trumpets of arrogance. You see the shattered spears of aggression. All lie in ruins. It is the tangible evidence that human rebellion has its limits. From this scene of desolation comes the ultimate work of God. This work is peace. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. This is not a temporary truce. This is the absolute cessation of conflict. It is brought about by the decisive action of God. He enforces peace by dismantling the very tools of war. This vision extends beyond the battlefield. Think of the internal wars we fight. We fight a war with anxiety. We fight a war against bitterness. We fight a war with our past. God's peace can enter these internal landscapes. It can disarm those enemies as well. He can break the bow of anxious thoughts. He can shatter the spear of a critical spirit. He can burn the shield of cynical pride that we use to protect ourselves. And now, in the stillness of this disarmed world, God himself speaks. This is the only time in the psalm that he speaks. His words are a command to all of creation. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." The Hebrew for "be still" can be translated as "cease striving." It is a command to stop. Stop fighting. Stop struggling. Stop trying to control everything. It is a call to release our white-knuckle grip on our lives. We release our plans and our fears. It is an invitation to surrender. It is only in this stillness, this surrender, that we can truly know that I am God. To know here is not just intellectual assent. It is a deep experimental recognition of his power. It is a recognition of his sovereignty and his character. It is to finally see him for who he truly is. And in that seeing, in that knowing, we find rest. The purpose of this knowing is his glory. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. This is the loving purpose of a creator. He knows that the greatest good for his creation is to be rightly related to him. The ultimate peace of the world is found in the universal worship of its rightful king. When God is in his proper place, everything else finds its proper place as well. The psalm concludes by repeating its powerful refrain. It is a final anchor for the soul. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. It is the same declaration of faith from the beginning. But now it is filled with the weight of all that has been considered. It is filled with the chaos of the world. It is filled with the peace of God's presence. It is filled with the ultimate victory of his power. It is a final confident affirmation. The commander of heaven's armies. The gracious God of the covenant. He is our safe place. He is our strength. He is with us. The echoes of this ancient song remain. They speak to us across the centuries. They meet us in our own times of trouble. To truly live in this refuge means our security is not rooted in our health. It is not in our finances. It is not in our relationships. It is not in the stability of the world around us. These things can and will shake like the earth and the mountains. To live in the refuge of God is to anchor our souls to someone who cannot be moved. It is to find our footing on the rock when the sand is shifting. It means cultivating an awareness of that quiet river of God's presence. That river flows within. It is to learn to drink from that inner stream of peace. It is to be nourished from a source that the world cannot touch. External voices can be loud with fear and anxiety. We can train our hearts to listen to the gentle life-giving flow within. What does that river feel like in the landscape of your own heart tonight? Can you sense its quiet movement beneath the noise of your day? It is there. It brings gladness. It means we can look at the roaring nations of our time. We see the political turmoil. We see the cultural conflicts. We see the powers that seem so overwhelming. And we are not consumed by fear or rage. We can hold them with a lighter grip. We know that there is a voice that can melt the earth. There is a power so far beyond human striving. All our earthly conflicts will one day be silenced. This does not lead to passivity. It leads to a peaceful, confident engagement with the world. We are free from the terror that it all depends on us. And most personally, it means embracing the command to be still. This is a daily practice. It is the practice of noticing our own striving. We notice our own anxieties. We notice our own attempts to control outcomes. And we gently, deliberately let them go. It is the act of unclenching our fists. When you lay in bed unable to sleep because your mind is racing. To be still is to consciously stop the mental gymnastics. It is to say, I release this. I cannot control this. But I can know that God is God. In this stillness, in this surrender, we come to know Him. And in knowing Him, we find our true and lasting peace. As we bring this time of reflection to a close, let the words of this psalm be a blanket of peace over you. Let them be a fortress around your heart. Let them be a quiet stream within your soul. God of Jacob, Lord of hosts, we release the weight of this day into your hands. We release the anxieties about tomorrow. We confess that we often place our trust in things that can be shaken. We trust in our own strength. We trust in the stability of our world. Tonight we choose to place our trust in you. You are our unshakable refuge. For the parts of our lives that feel like roaring seas. For the parts that feel like quaking mountains. We ask for your peace. We ask to be made aware of the quiet, glad river of your presence. This river flows within us. Help us to drink from that stream. Help us to be nourished and sustained by you. Teach us the practice of being still. Silence our internal wars. Help us to lay down the weapons of control and of worry and of fear. In the quiet of this moment, we cease our striving. We let go. We rest in the profound, simple truth that you are God. We are not. You are in control and you are good. You are the mighty commander. You are our personal gracious God. May this truth guard our hearts and minds as we sleep. May we rest deeply. may we be held securely in the fortress of your love. You are our refuge. You are our strength. You are our ever-present help. The Lord of hosts is with you. The God of Jacob is your fortress. Rest now. Sleep in that peace. You are safe. You are held. You are home.